Like I say, I'm Joe from the revolutionary communist group. We're here today with our newspaper, Fight Racism, Fight Imperialism. Yeah, because it's that message is a vital contribution to the environmental movement. So I want to start off with a quote from Chico Mendes. Chico Mendes was a Brazilian environmentalist, avid defender of the Amazon, and a Marxist. He once said that ecology without class struggle is just gardening, right? Because the fact is, capitalism, regardless of what form it takes, whatever you call it, whether it's neoliberalism, whether it's social democracy, whether it's constitutional monarchism, cannot be separated from its structural need to offset the declining rate of profit, driving it to turn nature into commodities with increasing speed and increasing volume. This accumulation of capital has led us to this point in history, where a small number of imperialist nations dominate the resources and economies of countries around the world. British imperialism isn't just a historical fact. Yeah, it's a present-day reality. Yeah, just look at fast fashion, look at agribusiness, look at the fact that British imperialism has invested nearly $100 billion in world fossil fuels this last year. The 400% increase on 2014. Understanding the imperialist nature of British capitalism is a key task of any progressive struggle today. Not only will it help explain the greenwashing nature of these climate conferences, sponsored as they are this year by Coca-Cola, causing mass droughts in Latin America and Mexico, but it too also helps explain what's happening in Egypt. Right? Because it's not just the US that are funding this brutality, yeah? Britain is a major investor in Egypt, in its natural gas extraction, in its private schools, in its militaries and its police. Yeah, Britain has helped fund and train anti-terrorist, quote-unquote, commandos that are attacking environmentalists. Yeah, we cannot obscure the role that Britain is playing. So I've sort of lost my thread a little bit. Yeah, and to come back on something that was said earlier as well, right? You know, the capitalist class decides what is legal and illegal to suit its economic interests, which are antithetical to our interests and our need to have a planet. Right, we can't just be passive and peaceful. Yeah, a new law that came in, the new PCSC bill, is trying to make loud protests illegal. We will not let them define the limits of our resistance. Woo! Understanding imperialism too will help prevent a movement being derailed by false friends. Carol Wardley helped greenwash the US coup attempt against the progressive government in Bolivia and ignored the role that the right-wing government in Brazil was playing in actually causing the wildfires that these environmental protesters were supposed to be protesting against. And two, today, the Labour Party that presents itself as a viable alternative to the Tories is talking about defending NATO spending, and some unions like Unison are even talking about furthering military spending. As Stuart pointed out, the military-industrial complex is one of the biggest carbon producers in the world that is often entirely left out of official statistics. And this is no coincidence. It is because the Labour Party, as it does represent better off sections of the working class, merely wants to go to war to maintain the middle class and socially stabilise capitalism at the expense of our entire planet. And it's in this context we want to invite you all to come to the launch of our new pamphlet, Capitalism is Extinction, Socialism is Survival, on Friday the 18th at the Friends of the Earth meeting room in the evening. You know, let's work together to learn and educate collectively, to grow class consciousness, and through class struggle, take production from the hands of these disgusting capitalists that are destroying our world for profit and put it into the hands of ordinary people, the indigenous people, the oppressed, the displaced and the poor, and give climate justice its true and concrete form, and that is and must be socialism.